And again, just like always, you'll hear me say this forever. For some reason, the United States continues to live in the dark ages and use a system that is far outdated and not very useful. Basically, our smallest unit of weight is the ounce. Okay, 1 ounce, and an ounce, if you had to say something that was about an ounce, it'd be like a paper clip maybe. It doesn't weigh very much. Okay, it's like a little paper clip. My best paper clip expression here. Okay. If you put 16 of those ounces together, that is what we call a pound. And I don't know why, but we abbreviate pound LB. So if you see LB. And then something that weighs about a pound would be pretty like your shoe, maybe. And then if you put 2,000 of these pounds together, you get 1 ton. Now, some confusing things about this. And a ton, I guess, is like a cow, a big cow, or whatever. I don't know. I could probably still say that in Yorkville, Tennessee. They'd be like, okay, we've never seen a cow, so that doesn't make a lot of sense for us. But here is where we run into a little bit of problems or issues. Okay, if you look on your pop can / pop bottle, okay, you will see a measurement in ounces. For example, a can of pop is how many ounces? Does anybody know? Elijah? Nope, not a can. A can of pop is, ready? Huh? No, a can of pop, you're close. We're getting close. A can of pop, a bottle of pop would be a 16 ounce usually, but a can is, Elijah? Yeah, a normal can of Coke or whatever your top of choice is, Dr. Pepper, is about 12 ounces. But here's the gist. This ounce and this ounce are not the same. Okay? This, if you're measuring fluid, that is fluid ounces, and that is a measurement of volume, of how much. This is a measurement of weight, which is how heavy something is. Okay, so you have to be careful when you talk about ounces. Are you talking about fluid ounces, or are you talking about just weight ounces? Now, to make it all a little bit more garbled, in reality, if you're talking about water, 1 fluid ounce weighs pretty close to 1 ounce of weight. Okay, but different liquids have different densities. In other words, some liquids are much heavier than other liquids. I don't know what other liquids we deal with, but I don't know if milk would be heavier than water, but you know, some things that come in liquid form are a lot heavier than water. So in reality, they are very close to kind of the same thing. 1 fluid ounce does equal kind of like 1 ounce, but here's one thing I want you to remember, because people sometimes ask, you will run across this question sometime in your life, I guarantee you, because every now and then you're carrying that milk jug and you say, man, this milk jug is heavy. I wonder how much it weighs. Anybody ever wondered how much a milk jug weighs? Okay, so you've carried it. Write down this one little helpful phrase here. If you're a farmer, maybe you already know this because this is where a lot of times it comes up. Write this down. A pint's, a pound. Anybody know the rest of it? The world around. A pint's a pound, the world around. If you're a cheerleader, you can make that into a cheer. A pint's a pound, the world around. Which doesn't really tell us anything about a gallon, unless you know how many pints are in a gallon. Well, let's put it back into terms you might know. How many of you drink the little gallon, the little carton of milk at lunch? The little carton of milk is how big? If you look on it today, you'll read it, it'll say, what is its fluid measurement? The little milk carton. Let's do our little milk carton. Here's my best drawing of your little milk carton. It's got a little teepee dome kind of thing. Looks like that. tab that was open that ended up a little milk carton. It's got some scribbling over here. Is anybody? Lainey?
8 ounces?
You know what, it is 8 ounces, but you know what it says on there? And 8 ounces, by the way, is 1 cup. But that's not what it says on your milk carton. And I don't know why they label it like this. It is 8 ounces, it is a cup, but that's not the label they use on there. They say it is, Isabel?
A pint?
It is not a pint, but you're close. Because a pint and a cup are not the same. It is a cup. Elijah? It is. A carton of milk is 1/2 of a pint. So, with that in mind, how much does this carton of milk weigh? If 1 pint is 1 pound, a 1/2 pint is a 1/2 pound. This weighs about 1/2 of a pound. That still doesn't answer our question, how many of these milk cartons do you believe are in a gallon? How many cups in a gallon? Maybe you got it, don't we already have it? Did we already do cups in gallons? Did we do liquid measurement yet? There are, by the way, here it is, there are 16 of these. 16 little cartons in a gallon. So 16 of those, 16 half pints makes 8 full pints in a gallon. And if a pint's a pound the world around and there's 8 pints in a gallon, 1 gallon of water is close to how many pounds? If there are 8 pints in a gallon and a pint weighs a pound, if 1 pint weighs 1 pound, then 8 pints weighs 8 pounds. 1 gallon is about 8 pounds. So you could figure out by dividing your weight by 8, let's say you weigh 96 pounds, you weigh about the same as 12 gallons of water. Take 2 5-gallon pails, add a little bit, and you're real close to how much you weigh. So remember that, a pint's a pound the world. So those are our American kind of units we use. The metric system is by far easier. And again, some of the confusing things here is in the metric system, okay, we have the smallest thing we have is about a gram. Okay, and our gram, I don't know, they probably say here what a gram is about. A gram is 1 slice of bread weighs about 1 ounce. I should have looked at this. A gram. Oh, a paper clip is about a gram. Maybe an ounce is heavier than that. There'd be more than 16 paper clips in a pound of there. Yeah, let's change that. Would there be more than 16 slices of bread in a pound? Yeah. No. Yeah. Let's change that. 1 ounce is about a slice of bread. Check out my best bread drawing. I don't like it there. You got this little loafing top thing?
Wow, it's so beautiful.
I'll get, it's the
It's so
board's
beautiful.
fault. There.
There.
3-dimensional piece of bread.
Her favorite.
Yeah.
1 ounce is about that. Sorry? Now, so a gram is about a paper clip. And then we have 1,000, smaller than a gram, we have the milligrams. So there are 1,000 of these in 1 paper clip. What types of things do we measure in milligrams? These, and you use them all the time. All the time. In fact, I think I have some on my desk from a student that I had to quote out. What do we measure in milligrams? Pills and medicine. You look at the thing here, and generally speaking, in milligrams, this, let's see, these, each one of these little tablets here is 200 milligrams. Probably, if I could take one out and show you what it looks like. Oh yeah, and that's pretty, so that's, Sure, they're pretty good size. About this size here. Although it seems to me I've seen smaller pills be worth more milligrams. Okay, so pills come in milligrams. A big pill would probably be 1,000 milligrams. If you put 1,000 grams together, guess what you get? Yep, you get a kilo, which means 1,000 grams. And to put it into perspective, how does a kilogram compare to a pound? Anybody know? Would you weigh more in kilograms or more in pounds? You weigh more in pounds. So a kilogram is heavier than a pound. There are actually, jot this down, there are about 2.2 pounds make up 1 kilogram. So really, if you divide your weight in half, that's pretty close to what you weigh in kilograms. Okay. Something that weighs about 2.2 pounds, probably your math book probably weighs close to that. Let's see what it says here. A pair of shoes, 2 shoes put together is about 1 kilogram. And then we also have in the metric system, if you put 1,000 kilograms together, guess what you get? Believe it or not, you get another ton, but it's a metric ton. And then when both worlds collide, and again this is why all this measuring stuff is a little goofy, how does a metric ton compare to a regular ton? Knowing that there's 2.2 pounds for every kilogram, a metric ton and a regular ton would be what? Anybody? Elijah? No, let's look at it here. If 2.2 kilograms per pound, write that over there. 2.2 pounds equals 1 kilogram. If I have 1,000 of these kilograms, multiply that by 1,000, and I multiply this by 1,000, what do I get? About 2,200 pounds. So 1 metric ton weighs pretty close, actually, to a normal ton. It's a little heavier. It's 200 pounds heavier, but in the grand scheme of things, it kind of almost balances out in the end. So a metric ton is pretty close to a normal ton. And this would be about the weight of a cow or a car or whatever it is. But it's all goofy. We could fix all of this, children, if we would give up our old system of measurement. And you wouldn't tell me how many pounds you weigh. You'd say, I weigh 36 kilograms or 40 kilograms. Or, by the way, any wrestlers in here? I believe in wrestling, they go by kilograms, don't they? Anybody in the wrestling? I don't think they go by pounds. You wrestle in the 30 kilogram thing or the 35 kilogram or whatever it is. That's because they're just smart kids. Alright. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to wrap up today's